Welcome to the Red Fox Recap Show here at Marist University. My name is Johnny Martirano for today's recap segment. We have a lot of Red Fox action to cover today from a number of different sports. We will start off with the MAC first place softball team at Sacred Heart for a 3-game weekend series on April 18th. Marist on the road at Sacred Heart in the first game of a doubleheader. Head to the bottom of the third. Kylie Myers on the mound for Marist with 2 outs. She gets a strikeout. That was her 3rd strikeout of the inning as she struck out the side. The top of the next inning with 2 runners on, Samantha Rogers with a single up the middle to drive in Haley R. as Marist draws first blood to lead 1-0. 2 batters later, with the bases loaded, Ronnie Howard connects for a double to deep center field to score 2 runs. Marist would also add another run to score 4 runs alone in the 4th inning. In the top of the 5th, Marist up 4-0, Rogers at the plate. Rogers bats a long double to deep left field to score Maddie Pleasance. That would make it 5-0 Marist with Rogers' second RBI and hit on the day. Now to the bottom of the 5th, 1 runner on for Shu, and Myers gets another strikeout. She finishes with 9 strikeouts and only allowing 3 hits in the complete game shutout as Marist defeats Sacred Heart 5-0.
Hello everyone, today we're sitting down with Marist softball's newest assistant coach, Alyssa Gerb. After a incredible 4 years playing right here in Poughkeepsie, Alyssa is now taking her mark from the dugout and helping lead the Red Foxes through one of their most dominant seasons yet. With the recent sweep against Sacred Heart and #1 seed in the MAC tournament, we're going to be talking about their momentum, standout players, and her journey from athlete to coach. So let's get started. So our first question is, what has been the transition been like from going from playing on the team to coaching it just a year later?
Yeah, so it's definitely been really interesting, kind of balancing. Softball has been one of it's been my lifeline. I played it for 18 years, so kind of making that switch. It was really hard last year losing the way that we did, but I knew that I wanted to transfer that sadness and anger that we had at the end and kind of transfer it into this season and just trying to. Well, I said it this morning. What was the word? I was like. I don't know. Okay, never mind. I won't even because I'm going to mess it up. But it's been hard. Don't get me wrong. There was days where I look out on the field and I watch them playing and I watch a sweep and I'm like, wow, I miss competing with my best friends considering the team's mostly the same. But at the end of the day, I feel like I've given them enough tools and life lessons through that I've learned in my 4 years and just trying to help them out early on in their careers.
So now we're going to just talk about some key players. Maya McDonald, she just became the first back-to-back MAC Player of the Year since 2011. This was the first time it happened since then. Wow. What do you think makes her such a consistent and dominant force on the field?
Wow, I didn't even know that. Well, she's just unreal. You watch her and you're like, she's just different. Yeah. I actually lived with her for 4 years, so that was I came in with her. That was my girl coming in, and she just comes in and day out and puts in the work, puts in the effort, and pushes other people to do it. She's deserving of everything that she gets, and I'm just extremely proud not only to have played with her, to have coached her, and to call her a friend at the end of this.
So we're talking about the Shu game. They pulled off a huge sweep against Sacred Heart. So how important do you think this game was, this series, for building momentum heading into the MAC tournament?
Yeah, Sacred Heart was kind of that mental switch for the girls. Before that series, we hadn't played a full 3-game series considering Siena the last game got X'd and Fairfield the last game got X'd. The first one would have been our first series against St. Peter's early in March. So being able to play a full 3-game series and beat a team 3 times is really huge. It's a very tough task to complete. So being able to go in all 3 games, dominant pitching on our side, hitting was fantastic. It wasn't the long ball, what we're used to, but that just was a huge momentum builder into, I don't know who we play next, but even going into Iona and beyond.
Next, we will head over to the baseball field where Marist hosted Canisius on April 4th.
On April 4th, the Marist Red Foxes and Canisius Golden Griffins played a doubleheader at McCann Baseball Field in Poughkeepsie, New York. After taking Game 1 11-2, the Golden Griffins were looking to sweep the doubleheader. In the bottom of the first inning, graduate student outfielder Jason Claiborne ripped an RBI single to center field to give the Red Foxes an early 1-0 lead. After Canisius was able to tie the game at 1 in the second inning, infielder Eric Weeks tomahawked a high fastball from Marist pitcher Tyler Hartley over the fence in left center field to give the Golden Griffins a 2-1 lead. Weeks is one of 4 Golden Griffins who have multiple hits in the ballgame. With Canisius now leading 4-1 in the bottom of the 5th inning, Claiborne stepped up to the plate with a runner on first base and 2 outs. He tripled the right field, allowing outfielder Chris Diaz to score all the way from first to trim the deficit to 2. In the game, Claiborne went 3 for 5 while driving in 2 runs. After 5 1/3 innings pitched, Hartley was removed from the game with his team trailing 5-2. With 2 outs in the 6th inning, infielder Trent Rumley lined an RBI single to center field to give Canisius a comfortable 4-run lead. With the Golden Griffins now leading 7-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning, freshman infielder Noel Rivera smacked a no-doubt 2-run homer over the left field fence, cutting Canisius' lead to 3. Rivera was one of 4 Red Foxes with multiple hits in the contest. Down to their final out in the bottom of the 9th inning, with a tying run on deck, infielder Zach Donahue fly out to deep left center field to end the ballgame. With the win, Canisius completes the doubleheader sweep of the Red Foxes.
After a win on Senior Day against Manhattan, the men's lacrosse team hosted the Merrimack Warriors on April 19th in their final regular season home game.
Marist hosts Merrimack in a conference lacrosse matchup. Colin Kruger on Merrimack is a key player. Sean Mullen, who we see a lot of today, 26 points on the season. Start the game off, Joshua Balcarel makes a move and scores for Marist to go up 1-0 with 7 minutes and 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Marist up 1-0, 6 minutes left in the first quarter. Sam Farrell to Stephen Kane. Goal, Marist to take a 2-0 lead. A beautiful pass here. Marist up 2-0 with 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Brady Dolan has it. Goes around the defender and goal, as he is ecstatic to take a 3-0 lead against this Merrimack squad. Next up, Drew Anderson makes a move. Bouncer in the net. Marist extends its lead to 5-1. Later in the game, 10 minutes left in the second quarter, Peter Murray with the spin move to Jake Deasy. Golasso. Marist takes a 7-1 lead. Third quarter, Marist up 10-3. Aiden Lorendu scores to make it 10-4. This will be his 20th of the season. Fourth quarter, Marist has pulled away by now. It is 14-7. Sean Mullen makes it 15-7 to complete his hat trick. Our player of the game scores 3 goals in a blowout win by Marist. Marist looking to host a playoff game with this win or even get a first round bye for the MAC championships.
Today we're here with junior midfielder Drew Anderson, one of the key contributors to the win. With the team improving to 7-6 overall and 5-2 in the MAC, we caught up with Anderson to talk about the team's performance, the mindset going into this matchup, and how they will take this momentum and carry it into their regular season game against Siena. Okay, so let's start with the win. How did you feel to come out and dominate a conference opponent like Merrimack on home turf?
It felt really great, especially since it was Alumni Day, so we had a lot of alumni sitting on the berm cheering us on. But I think what really helped us in that game was just our preparation, and like the time that we took with the scout, and just like diving into what they do defensively and offensively, and then also get a great week of practice. So that just kind of helped us prepare for the game. And like one thing we always talk about is how if you prepare like madmen, then it leaves no doubt. So when we go and play, we know exactly what we're supposed to do, and that's all we need to do is execute, and we were able to execute.
So the team now is 5-2 in the MAC. How confident are you guys, you and your squad, heading into the postseason?
Very confident. So we had a tough loss to Siena to end off the regular season. So when we got back to practice the next day, we just talked about, we didn't play Marist lacrosse. So the practices leading up to playoffs were super important for us. So we just had the mindset of, bounce back. That wasn't our game. We know how we're supposed to play. And so it really helped with our mindset and just kind of allowed us to just focus on us because we know we're a good team, and all we need to do is execute.
That'll be all for today. Thank you for joining us on today's episode of the Red Fox Recap Show.